Let's see. We're going to get the long version or short version. Long version figures. They'll probably mute half of this video, y'all, because they think I try to copyright and use people's songs, which I do, but you know it's not mine. That new top hat, I figured I would, copy Howie this evening. Welcome to Vibe Time with Geri. I got Howie, Odell, and Cat hanging on the other line with the Orion effect. Hopefully we don't get a lot of lagging with this, because if we do, it's going to suck. If you don't have this type of personality, we can't be friends. I'm just saying. I had to copy you. I figured since you can't be on here with me and we can't split everything, I'm going to look like you at least. With hair. What do you think? John, we'll be bringing that hair. This. But it was going to go to the pearl, too. I will bring that hat on the 30th. Yeah. I figured that I would be low-key this year. Last year, remember what they called me in the woods. I don't know, I might put a pink wig under this one. Surprise! I never start on time. I'd like to welcome everybody online and on Facebook to Vibe Time with Geri. Tonight I have Howie and Cat from the Orion Effect. They're with Riff Radio Network, and I am excited to talk to them. We just finished an event together on the 25th, so hopefully I won't have no lag time in here. If it does, it really sucks because I just have to fix all that. But anyway, if y'all need any upcoming events, just go to John Stevens' Virginia Paranormal Events page and his website, which is www.virginiaparanormalevents.com, so you can find everything there. And if Facebook ever goes down again, just go to his website, www.virginiaparanormalevents.com. Okay, I'm not going to keep Howie waiting because we only have an hour. Actually, now we got 55 whole minutes. And Cat. Hello.
I heard that. You got a whole hour. You can spike longer.
Gene wants to know what's on my head. It's my new Howie Odell hat.
Yeah, I see that you're even sporting the glasses. Pretty nifty there, ladies.
I am.
Liking it.
I was like, I don't know how to do the StreamYard stuff yet, so we couldn't split, so you could put your little top hat on and your little glasses on. So I was like, you know what? I like this sugar skull hat, and it's not leather, but I was like, this is a really cool sugar skull hat. And I was like, well, I like these glasses. This will go perfect for what I'm trying to do. We can be twins.
I like it.
Yes, we can be twins.
Oh, boy. There you go. You know what, John? One of the guys, Steve White, said it best. You ought to go pink. A pink hat would look really good for you.
You know what? I tried to find one. I really did. But I was not able to find one that I liked. And then this one just jumped out to me because I like sugar skulls. And I was like, ooh, this is a sugar skull top hat. I was like, I'm just going to get this one. It's got a little rose on the side.
When it comes to hats, it's like anything else, you got to go with the one that you feel that pulls you to it. And if that's it, that's the way you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought about the pink hat, and I was like, you know what? If I get this pink hat, I'm going to make that dirty real quick. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this one.
It's true.
Howie how hard it is to keep his white one clean.
Oh, God. I got to keep that thing in a box away from everything. It is hard. It's hard to keep the top heads clean.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
The brown one ain't so bad.
And it would be my luck. It would be my luck, and I would mess it up, stain it, and then it wouldn't be wearable. So I was like, you know what? I better stick with the black sugar skull hat. I'm just better off that way. And then, of course, I have my little spider web coat on. I'm good to go, or jacket, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I was quite flattered when I saw that. I was like, we're staring out. Oh, check it out. He's wearing a top hat, and he's got the John Lennon glasses. Rock on.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like you with hair.
Hey, now.
I'm not ragging on you. There is nothing wrong with the bald head. I just, said I'm just going to be like you, but I got the hair. Unless you want to borrow my pink wig.
Hey, I'll do it. I did it at St. Albans. I'll do it again, but that was green.
Look, when you go, when you go to the cabin, you can be called the slut this year. Just put on the pink wig, because that's what I got last year.
Yeah, I'll put on I put a pink wig and put on some panties and bra over top of my clothes. I'll pull it in there.
yeah, you'll blend in just fine.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to... You're going to have to read Gene Wells' comment. No, you didn't. Just a reminder. A bald head is a solar cell for a sex machine.
Oh, God. Yeah, add the 70s music to it.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
So what have y'all been up to lately? What is in the works for y'all, and how is the show going? Tell viewers a little bit about your show and what y'all do.
Okay. You want me to? Or okay. The Orion Effect is a show based on universal energy upon mankind and mankind on the universe. We cover everything from paranormal, supernatural, to spiritual, to modern events that affect everybody, not just one group of people. Just like Sunday, we're having Ariana Cherry on, and we're going to be talking about spousal abuse and the awareness. This is October Awareness Month for spousal abuse and domestic violence. So we're going to have her on. It just kind of aims at everything that we feel that people should either learn from, maybe we can give knowledge to, or help grow. And that's actually how the network came about, too. The original idea of the network was a network promoted towards positiveness, not, other networks and other shows that we've seen in the past that will have a tendency of either belittling their guest or, putting a negative spin on it. We don't want to do that.
Right.
So that's what the Orion Effect came about. The Orion Effect is actually my theory of universal energy upon mankind. And
knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yes, honey, I bow to you. It's very true. And a wise man doesn't become wise just because of what he learns. It's his experiences, her experiences. And I got to say that,
and he never stops learning.
Never stops learning.
Right.
Ever. And it's not we use wise men, but now maybe it should be wise person, because there's just as many, in my opinion, in these days, just as many shamans and ministers and teachers of the faith of the spiritual world in women that there is men. So now it's a spiritual person. There's no wise man. That's just to use a terminology.
Yeah. I agree with you though. Knowledge is power, and it's not. And I say it all the time that when you're doing certain things, you don't just pick it up and put it down, pick it up and put it down. It's something that it's a lifestyle. It's something that you have to do every single day. And I don't know about you. I'm sure we're the same, and Kat is too. You're learning something new every single day. Every day. It's not,
Absolutely.
you know, it's not just let me just put this down. It's just something that you do every day, and you expand on knowledge every day.
It's a constant practice.
Yeah.
And in the constant practice comes a lifestyle, comes the mentality, comes the spirituality. That is the three that makes the package, in my opinion, in my thought.
Right. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that. So, uh-oh. Ryan said that he's going to have to go get a hat now.
We've started a trend.
We have started the
Club of
trend.
The hat men. No longer visit the men of the beard. Now the hat men. I like it. We've started.
Yeah, I think that would look good, Ryan, with the beard, yep, and the top hat. Yeah, you'll have to jump on the top hat train, Ryan.
You know, Ryan would look really good in one of the Western top hats. It's a smaller 4-inch style tight top hat. It's not the bigger one. I think he would look really good with that style.
Yes, yes, and John Stevens says that he's going to get one too.
Let's do this. You know what? We're already a member of the big club. I think it's time to make a new club.
Yeah, yep.
Hey,
Howie's Top Hat Club.
Starts tonight.
That
just the top hats. The top hats.
the top hats, yeah,
Top hats.
yeah.
The paranormal mat.
Now, but see now, Kat is going to have to get one too.
Well, yeah. I'll have to get one of those cat in the hat hats.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and
I'm
let's.
already listening to that, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
John Stevens says top hat in the pearl.
Yes.
That'll go over real good in the pearl.
Indeed. Into the bird.
Yes, and we can't forget about Charles' precious pet either. They'll need a top hat too. I know they make them. Oh, that would be so cool.
They do.
Yeah.
It's a little steampunk cat that can actually fit around her head.
That's right.
I've seen it a couple of times. We've actually,
Probably like it.
she probably would look, I look like Dottie.
Yes. So now it's time for her to have a top hat too. So now we'll just start the top hat club.
That's Miss Wren, the paranormal pup.
Yeah, she's so cute though when she comes.
She's doing right now.
And you need to go out?
You got time? Okay.
And she's like, I'm going out.
Yep, you need to go out.
Yep.
And she'll go out and she'll bark. Everybody knows she's outside, so the possums and everything leave the yard.
That's right.
The rabbits. She tries to protect us from the turtles.
Oh my gosh.
That's a long story. But it's funny.
Yes.
But no, you had asked us what we've been up to, what we're getting ready to.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's been a really interesting 3 weeks. A lot of changes have taken place, both on our personal side and then on the network side. We've had some personal changes on our end, which has been beneficial to us. But unfortunately, with the positive comes the negative.
Yes.
Sometimes you get bumps in the road.
Yeah.
A bump there. And it's not bad. It's nothing even anybody needs to go, oh my God, what happened? Not bad. Just, people breaking their toes and feeling icky, that kind of stuff. So we're pushing some energy Yeah. So we've been pushing some energy, and I've been in the spiritual kitchen.
Yeah.
But as far as the network, we're really excited because tonight, in about 20 minutes, our newest show airs. That's the Transcendence Hour with the girls from Penn State, Spirit Chasers. Great, wonderful amount of girls. We have Lee Pyle, who joins us this Friday from the Dead Zone. So we're excited to have the Dead Zone join the Rift family. So those are really good positive things.
That is.
And we've got,
But the Orion, your show itself, yours is on Sundays, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
It used to be from 9 to 11, but we had so many of the travelers, which are the people that follow us. I don't like to say fans anymore because we're all travelers. But they reached out and said, we'd love it if your show would be a little earlier. We could catch it.
Right.
What's going to happen? So, last month we changed it from 9 to 11 to 7 to 9, just to make it easier for more people to catch us. And unfortunately, as you know, Jerry, that the podcast and live feed community is saturated.
Yeah.
So, no matter what you do now, you're going against somebody. So now we just got to show some unity and support each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's about. We may not have the same viewers, but it's okay. We know that they know there's an archive, and they go by and watch the live feed or check the archive anytime. And I think that's the great part about it, because then you get the people who are truly following you. Within the 4 days after your airing that you're going to get your true numbers, and they're still really great, even with the whole opening of COVID, which unfortunately I think that's going to come back at us, but we shall see.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything will. I just wish it would all disappear. Personally.
Yeah. It'll be a little bit.
But yeah, there are a lot of podcasts out there. My goodness, I can't keep up with them all. It's just like paranormal events. You cannot keep up with all the paranormal events. That's the beauty of John's page, is that everything is on there, and you just kind of got to scroll and look, and it's nice because you can look at your area and say, okay, I can make it to this. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know they have some podcast pages.
That's the beautiful thing about having a joint venture with John, is we're giving him more access. Every third month, he comes on to the Orion Effect and talks about Virginia events. Like, I know he comes on your show.
Yes, every third Tuesday.
And I think giving exposure to that is what's really needed.
Yeah. Yeah. John has been coming on Vibe Time every third Tuesday, and we just talk paranormal or upcoming events. Actually, him and I are going to be going on the am I saying it right, John? Roswell, I think I got corrected the other day, in Gloucester.
Roswell.
Thank you. I always say Roswell. I don't know why.
You're welcome. Because it's in our subconscious.
Yeah,
that's one of those major things. We're taught that it's Roswell. We've seen it, blah blah blah, but in that location, it's Roswell, and what an active site that is! Holy Mother of God! If you've never been to Roswell, that place is active out as fuck.
Yeah. I remember the first time going there. Yeah, I took my kids there. I was like, let's just go. We were making a day trip of it. And I took the boys there, and I was sitting there watching their little video that they show, and something just kept running their finger on my arm. And I'm just sitting there, and it's just running its finger. I don't know if it was a male or female. I don't know. They just kept running their finger on my arm, and I'm like, really? So I'm looking forward to it.
Thing about Roswell, it's personal experiences.
Yeah.
The personal experiences out there are amazing. A lot of interactive takes place out there. And Kat was just saying that we haven't gotten out there yet. It's like, don't worry, we're going.
Yeah.
Once, things get settled in and we're settled here at the house and everything's clicking, Paranormal Journeys will kick back up where Kat and I take tours of the books by Pamela Kennerly and Suzanne Schwartz, and we go around Virginia and talking about the historical and the paranormal part. So that's going to be kicking back up in 2022.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that too.
Yeah, that's cool. I haven't done that in a while, but with what I had going on in November, because I was doing things like that. Like I would go to Yorktown and Duke of Gloucester and kind of do my own live thing of, my own experiences there. But once that stuff happened in November, it kind of slowed all that down. So I'm just now beginning to get back on my feet with being able to do certain things. Not saying my dizziness isn't gone, because it's still there at certain times, of the day, but it's not like it was, thank God.
Right. I mean, when we were all at the cabin, we could see you were testing the waters, and then,
Yeah.
Everybody needs a little test trial. Put your feet back in the cold water or the warm water. Who's doing what, and it's understandable.
Yeah.
We've all been there. I know I was kind of the same way when I had the heart attack, so I understand.
Yeah.
I completely understand.
Yeah. And it was fun. On the 25th, I told Sherry, I said, I am real dizzy, because I was just dizzy. I was doing fine. And then once I got there and walked in there, it's like something just, I don't know what happened. I just got dizzy. But then on my way home, it like lifted. That's why I was holding on to Ryan's arm so much, because I was trying to get my equilibrium was thrown off. And I want to say, I don't want to say it was spirit there. I'm thinking that it was the amount of people, because when you're empath, you pick up all that. And then, it's just like my head was just swimming that night. But once I left, and once the people started to leave, it started to lift. And then when I left the cabin, it just completely lifted. Like nothing.
Yeah. And, speaking about the 25th, I have to say this. Besides Ryan and Dennis, I think in the last year, Kat and I are the ones that have been out there the most.
Mm-hmm.
And the 25th was a positive, how do I want to say this? A positive interaction. Just real good reactions to everything going on.
Yeah.
And never experienced a positive paranormal experience like that. And wow, it delivered. It really delivered. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody got along. Everybody was happy. Everybody was joyful.
Yeah.
Everybody was on a positive note. It was beautiful to have a group of people with zero animosity toward each other and just
nobody crying or
right.
Yeah.
Right. We're all in this together. We're doing it together. So props to, Ryan and Gene, you and everybody at the cabin, part of Crops that, made it happen. Props to SOS Paranormal and to the travelers that came out. It needed to be a memorable event.
Yeah. Yeah, that really was. And you're absolutely right about that. And I think everything went really smooth on the 25th. It's just really cool to see everybody out there and new people too. I like it when new people people come out.
The evidence they caught was amazing that night.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty active. Even though I floated around from one place to another, I didn't want to be in one group and then I get a spell and then I'm stuck there. So I was like, nah, I would rather float. And I think I need to be doing that for a while, with what I got going on.
Did you see the video from the basement?
I did several times.
Holy crap!
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that none of the group had equipment when that was recorded, and that tells you right there they don't want to be recorded.
Right. Now, yeah. But yeah, that was some really, really good.
I'm going to follow up with that. Anybody who has ever had any doubts or made any negative comments about the cabin, I think that gave them a little bit of a swift kick in the butt.
Yeah.
And we proved that there was activity there.
Yeah.
There's something.
Yeah, definitely. Don't underestimate the cabin or any place that you go to investigate. I think sometimes people they underestimate things and they're watching too much TV.
Right.
I mean, they're watching too much TV, and they're expecting, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, that's not what I'm trying to do, but people have some unrealistic expectations of what paranormal investigating is because of television, which TV has to do it. They have to keep their ratings up, so
But in some way, don't we have to do the same thing during a public investigation, if you think about it?
No,
I mean, we want to give them the best experience.
Yeah, but we're not going to fake
No, we're not.
drama. That's what I was
that's
meaning.
Make sure they. Sure.
Yeah,
Well, we had a really cool experience in the cabin. We set up a flashlight. We set up 2 flashlights. One was red tinted, one was blue tinted. And we asked if there was anybody there that wanted to communicate if they could turn on one of the flashlights. Do you prefer red or do you prefer blue? And instead, one of the people's phone flashlight that was in their back pocket turned on. And she takes her phone out of her pocket and the phone is locked. So there's no way it could even have been accidentally turned on. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They turned the flashlight, just not the ones we intended.
Yeah. Yep. Y'all didn't have a pink flashlight?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Red or blue.
We need to get one of those. But yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. We want to make sure that people have a good experience, but I was talking on terms of not being, we're not over dramatic when we do investigations, I mean, the light goes off and it's like, oh, okay, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't none of this, oh my God, unless you got somebody touching you, or, certain things like that where it's going to scare you. But to me, the TV gives people a false presentation of what we really do.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. That's why a lot of these groups get into it and either they fade off or they do something else. Either you're going to be, and let's face it, I've been saying this for a while. We were all ghost hunters at one point.
Yeah.
So, you start out as a ghost hunter, and either you're going to follow your passion or you're doing it to get the high,
right.
Let's face it, or you're going into it to want to know why.
Right.
And that's where the levels, So
yeah.
people find out that, 4 hours of sitting there is not exactly what you see on TV. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just 4 hours of sitting there in the it doesn't even catch anything either, because those are those nights that you'll go through your EVPs, listening for EVPs, and find some of your best evidence.
That's Gregory.
That's right.
Even though you didn't know anything was going on the whole time you were there.
Oh yeah, there's been times when I've cut my body cam on entering the cabin, and I felt something, but I didn't hear anything. But you feel the eyes upon you. But when I get home and I review the body cam footage, I hear it, "Get out," right as I'm hitting the stairs, and I'm like, oh my God, didn't hear it with a naked ear, but it's on a recording.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that.
That's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, another experience that we had at the same time, now we were up in the cabin too, and we went to the plasma box. Plasma box. Mm-hmm. And Cat put the headphones on, and now of course up in that room we used to air the show there before we went back down. And Kat got some really interesting stuff, and it just showed responses to us being there. So that I found that intriguing too. They had told her things why she couldn't hear us.
Well, we asked if they just wanted to hear us talking, and the cat ball in the bathroom went off.
Oh wow.
And then I was listening in the headphones and the Phantasm, and it said, Howie, tell us something. So it was like they wanted us to tell them stories, and I thought that was so cool.
Yeah,
Because
that is
we intrigue
cool.
them as much as they intrigue.
Do you think sometimes that they just... Do you think sometimes with y'all being there, they just... Well, like you just said, they just really sometimes maybe want to listen. Maybe they don't want to... Maybe they don't want people in there asking them questions. Maybe they just want to kick back and observe.
Exactly. And I think leaving that impression when we come in there, we're not in there to do research or quote unquote ghost hunt.
Investigate. Right. We don't investigate there when we just do the show.
Yeah, we're there to do the show, and they can listen in and be a part of it. Now, for those who may be listening right now, you can go back and listen into the archives last year. The times we're at the cabin, even like our first show, we actually had activity on air. So, I mean, we tell them, if you want to be a part of it, express it, say whatever, and it's expressed. They've expressed themselves. Other times they've let us know that they were there. The last time we were with, second to the last time we were with John, we were upstairs. We were doing the broadcast from upstairs. And John and I could clearly feel and experience the entities in the hallway. Mm-hmm. Just like they were just hanging out, watching us going, the show's on, and they made a little bit of noise, but it was really intriguing. That's why I love going live from there, because the interaction that we get, and we're not looking for anything. We're just talking about that kind of stuff.
Right. And that's what's cool too. Sometimes I think if you're just, I don't know how to explain it to you, just doing your thing or just having a conversation, you catch a lot of evidence just sitting there having a conversation and not even asking them questions. So that's why a lot of times I keep the body cam on for that purpose, because, to see if they interact while they're listening to while they listen to the conversations. And I do have some footage where, you're talking, I might be talking to Ryan or I might be talking to somebody, and they'll come in and, you'll hear them say something, you'll hear something, and it's only, a couple people there. You're just having a normal conversation, like with the Get Out, because I was on my way upstairs. I didn't think anything of it. I just, like I said, you feel stuff there. But when I got home and listened to that flat out Get Out, and it was a male, I was like, damn, you didn't want me up there doing Reiki, really? Dude. Everybody likes Reiki. What's wrong with you? And you got it free.
Yeah, exactly. I know back in September I had my own personal encounter because Kat was up north. I was getting ready to do the show there, and I was in the bathroom, and I clearly heard Dennis and Ryan walk in the door, full-blown conversation. And I said, okay, guys, hey, I'll be out in a few minutes. I'm in the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom. I walk around. There's nobody there. I go upstairs to look around. There's no cars. There's nobody to be found. I'm like, this is interesting. I heard the door open and close. I go back out. No cars, nothing. So I'm just like, oh, that's intriguing. That's paranormal experience 101 for you right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. What are some places that you and Kat have been to where you have had I know you've been to the cabin, but what are some other places where you've been that you've experienced the paranormal with the two of y'all there?
Yeah, we were coming from two different groups, and she moved down here when we started doing the show together. We did our paranormal. We started doing paranormal together. I think the biggest place that we've been was just like Kat said, Selma Mansion. Mm-hmm. And that's up in Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Although, no, St. Albans.
St. Albans. We've had good stuff at St. Albans. Pajama Factory in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. wow, a lot of the other stuff is just basic research, except for the private cases we've had.
Right.
Don't get me started on that one, Jerry.
Well,
That's a whole nother, I can get on a rant.
I was going to say I was going to say y'all do private locations too. It's not just public. You know, just for my viewers and listeners out there within their area, you know, you never know when somebody needs something, you know, a private investigation done. Put it out there.
Right. And that's one of the things that I actually did a small rant last week about, because we got contacted by a private client because we don't have a technical group. We don't put our name out there as we're such and such, and such. But people know me well enough that they go, oh, well, I knew somebody they could help. You'll contact Howie, Odell, or blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Last week we had one of those. And what it came out to be was a client who had I'm not going to name the group, but had a group out to their house. And basically all they did was a little bit of research and then left the client to do whatever was left. And that group actually made it worse than before they showed up. And then they contacted us and said, we got some problems and this is what's happened, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, this is not the first time that's happened. Yeah. And it's not this, you know, it gets a little monotonous when people go out there and they start playing with the spiritual world and playing ghost hunter, and they go make things worse for people who really do the research and want to help the spirits and, you know, the client.
I agree.
So, you know, we stay quiet, but there are people that know how to contact us.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I got a call from a person a couple weeks ago that was in that same situation. Somebody came into their house, played "Let Me Clear Your House for You," and stirred the shit pot, and they asked if I would come out there and do my thing, and I'm not. No, the person that went out there and stirred the shit pot, that knew what they were supposedly doing when they did it, they can go over there and clean that up. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. I already told them, no. Because they knew I was here. They knew I was here. They knew the work I did to begin with. They know what kind of energy work I do. So why would you turn around and do that? And then this person, okay, you go to, God, what's that place called in Virginia Beach? Okay, so you hang out there a couple times. Now you know it all. Oh, let me become a professional. Yes, thank you. I've been to Editor Casey 2 times. Now I know what the hell I'm doing, so let me go into somebody's house and clear it for them. Not knowing what they're doing.
I'll tell you what. Edgar Casey Institute's an excellent place to go study.
It is.
That you can get and learn a lot of stuff, but it's an institute, which means you need to constantly go and upgrade and familiarize yourself. They've got the greatest library on the East Coast for paranormal and supernatural.
Yes.
By far none.
Yep.
And they have wonderful mentors there. But just going there twice ain't going to cut it. You don't know your shit.
No.
There's so much. And that's the other thing that made a good point by saying this. The paranormal, we don't know anything about the paranormal. Everybody thinks we know about this, that. No, we've come to realization we really don't know about the paranormal.
Right.
Nobody knows anything. It's all theory, and we're all guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's, you know, never seems to amaze me with people. You know, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So.
But, you know, bringing that up, mad props to Edgar Casey Institute, because I am a member of R. So I appreciate you mentioning them, though. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of people that I know go there. I personally have not been there yet. I want to go. It's a couple hours, of course, for me, and I think 2.5, I'm not sure. So that is a place that I would like to go. But, you know, when people are playing around with stuff or they think they know what they're doing and they don't, it's very frustrating that people that for people that take it very seriously. So
Agreed.
You know, like I said, I'm not cleaning that mess up. Those spirits can just stay there now that you stirred them up, because, you know, I'm just not willing to do that. Sorry. They go call somebody else.
I gotcha.
I mean, I'm not trying to be bitchy or anything, but you know, that's like me knowing that you do something on a professional level, and me saying, okay, well, let me go over to this person because I just don't want to deal with Howie. I'll just go deal with this person. That person really don't know what the hell they're doing. It's almost like a smack in the face.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but you know, when it comes back, and I've said this too, is, you know, you don't have to like me. You can like me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to gain respect.
Yeah.
You know, it's about the respect factor. I mean, and I've had people call us in the last year going, you know, hey, blah blah blah. I'm like, what's up, dude? You know,
Yeah.
I've learned so much in 8 months comparatively to the many years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm working on the factor of the benevolent part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. John Stevens asked, what do y'all suggest if someone thinks they have a spirit in their home and they need help? He wants to know, what would we suggest?
Oh. Well, I mean, do your research. You want to look for credible teams.
Yeah.
The other part is, you know, look for credible spiritualists that are out there. There are wonderful people just in the Virginia area alone that really work well in the spiritual field. Contact them. You're going to contact your teams, quote unquote, because they're the ones there to get your evidence and your research.
Mm-hmm.
Your spiritualist and your shamanism, the individuals who really do the research are the ones that they're going to contact to handle the spirits if there's a spiritual issue.
Yeah.
The cleansing is going to be a matter of religion.
Yeah.
You have to have faith in what's being done, and if you don't believe in the religion that's in there to cleanse, it's not going to work.
Right. Right. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
And it can't,
Yeah, and sage doesn't work for everything. I have to say that right now. Sage does not work for everything. It does not.
I got to say this about sage. All sage is marijuana for the spirits. That's all it is. They're going to get a little high. They're going to get a little calm.
Yeah.
Sage does not always, you know, do what they do.
It keeps it.
What type of sage? What type of herbs are you
Yeah.
using? What is your rituals? Like Kat was saying.
I mean, sage is good for your house. It is good. It kills
it's good.
99.9% of your air bacteria. So, I mean, using sage in your home is going to make it feel lighter and cleaner because it is actually doing that.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
clinical fact that sage is good for the lungs because it does keep dormant some of the fungus that is in the lungs. And that's just medical fact.
Yeah. Yep. But it's not a cure-all, and unfortunately people think that it is, and it's not. All you're really doing is keeping stuff at bay. John said a big-ass sage joint.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And John and I have talked about this with Kat. Basically, it's just a blunt.
Yeah.
It's a spiritual blunt. Let's just be, you know.
Yeah.
Right. It's faith, and your faith and your belief and the power that you give it. I mean, that's all it is.
Well, it's the same thing as the power you give somebody else.
Right.
You can either let them affect you or not.
Right. Well, the power you give objects.
Right.
The power you give power. But if you have somebody in there dealing with crystals when you believe in, you know, Jesus Christ is the only savior, it's not going to work.
Right.
Because you're going to think they're a crackpot and you're not safe in what they're doing, and it's just going to backfire.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You're right about that. Yep. Definitely right on the money with that one. So, trying to see if I got any questions in here, but I don't see a lot of questions, with the exception of John Stevens' question. In his big
John's
ass.
gonna poke and prod. It's all good. Come on, John.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, in the state of Virginia alone, there's a lot of great groups.
Yeah.
And there are websites you can go, and there's one specific that you can research all of the groups in Virginia that are active, that are labeled as active. They're not quiet groups. These are groups out there that, want to help people and go to locations and learn and inspire themselves and empower others and empower them. And again, here we go with that knowledge thing again. And then there's other people out there that are kind of quiet. And
Right.
there's people that go, okay, we know who to go to. We're going to go to this person because they do this. We're going to go to this person because they know that.
Right.
They know how to handle this. They experience. And I'm a huge student of the psychological and the sociological. So I do things just to get a response. I definitely have in the past.
Right.
And I chuckle now because I hear some events from the past coming to the surface, and I go, yep, I sure did. And I did that for a reason. It makes me laugh. Because now I know how those people are going to be, those groups or individuals. And I'm like, see, again, don't make it a show. It's about helping the client and the spirit. It's not about you.
Yeah. Yeah. John wants to know what, well, I don't know what y'all are doing for Halloween. I know I'm going to be going to Roswell, on the Roswell tour, because they have those tours up now. So I'm going with two of my friends, Liz Bartley and Kim Slater, which are a hoot. Good Lord. You put them two together, we're going to have some trouble. And of course, John Stevens is going to be there. So we're going to have a good time.
Very nice.
That's going to be a very long day because I work at the Haunted Museum at the same time. So that's going to be a really long day.
Oh, boy. Yeah. A lot of energy draining there.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to have to really, really ground for that day. Yeah.
I think this year we're actually way back. We're in a place where we're comfortable, and we haven't spent a lot of time just with ourselves. And,
Right.
and this year we're just chilling out. We're just gonna take care of the trick or treaters, and I'm probably gonna put up some decorations here very soon. And Kat was like, "I want a pumpkin." I'm like, "Don't worry, I got that covered. I got something special for that. I'll take a picture when I'm done with it." But yeah, I think this year we're just gonna lay back and let things be, because all to be known, we're in an active location where we live, so it can be fun here.
Yeah.
Like when it spills water for no reason.
That's interesting.
Faucets turn on by themselves. Knocks come out of nowhere. We get visitors walking through the house.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is very active.
Yeah. Makes it fun.
Oh yeah, might as well. They're not hurting you,
Mm-hmm.
so
No. Never feel threatened here.
Yeah.
They just, they come through and they visit, or they'll make themselves known. And, it's very interesting. Because, the one thing I will say is I don't know if it's the place or the people. And let me define that.
Okay.
Since my parents passed away, from that house to the majority of all the houses I've lived in since, every house seems like it has activity. Now, it makes me wonder now if the activity is connected to me. And here, is it connected to me and Kat? Because we both have tremendous spiritual experiences. Or is it a combination of all things? So that's another thing that I've been looking at here pretty hard as of late, because the change in my attitude, the change in my energy, and how it's coming forth, and the way Kat is, are we encouraging that activity? Well, we never denied it. Let's say that.
Right. That's interesting. And I mean, it is probably a combination of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still so. Because I have items that I know was from my parents' house. I know my parents were antique dealers, so you never know there.
Right.
And I have some stuff, even oddball antiques, little props out there too. Shameless plug, yeah, oddballs. So we've got a little bit of combination of all things that her and I have collected and brought together, both spiritually and in regular life. So I really feel that anybody that comes here can tell you it's a calming effect.
Mm-hmm.
They never feel threatened, and they usually like to chill. It's like a spiritual pot house.
That's how it is with my room downstairs.
You never know what's going to come out of my mouth.
Yeah, the sleepy, yeah. The spiritual pot room.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, that's how it feels like downstairs for me. That's why I can't be down there long. I'll go to sleep. It's that calming.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, it's very calming. Yep.
And I think, that's the other thing is for those of us who work in the spiritual, some of us pronounce it a little bit more than others. Some of us will, say that we have this and that. Others keep it quiet. To each their own choice. But I think those of us who do work in the spiritual realm, whatever that realm may be, let me make that clear too. Everything's a little different in our views and points.
Yep.
That we, along the way, will pick up energies.
Yeah.
And those energies are there for a purpose.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. You're right about that. And I noticed when I do Reiki down there, when Savannah came over, she did the video, and she did a video. She wanted to present what Reiki was like, so she did a video, and I didn't realize the amount of orbs that were around when I was doing Reiki. I knew that there were presences around, but when you see them, and you see them go past you, it's just like wild looking at that video.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it really is. At first I thought, I was like, is that I have my ocean light down there that, I want people to kind of focus on, and it kind of hits all the chakra colors. That's why it's there. But to actually see moving orbs in there, and I hope Savannah don't get upset for me saying it, I was doing a reading with her at the same time I'm doing my energy work. So there were presences there. But when you capture it on film, it's just like, I'm blown away by it. I don't know if people paid attention to that particular video.
That's the other, you bring up the video work and all that. It's a good point.
Yeah.
I have noticed here in the recently that I'm focusing more on the scientific side of things.
Yeah.
Kat and I have a slight disagreement. We have difference of opinions when it comes to orbs.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing I'm going to say that's really good about Kat and I is the differences are all positive.
Yeah.
Because we both can see two different points. So
right.
We come together. We may not always agree, but
that's okay.
That's the wonderful thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I always think of orbs as dust balls. I'm just like, dust or insects, But when you're looking at this video, I'm going, wait a minute. No, that's not a bug fly. It's just, you have to see the slow motion to understand what I'm talking about. And I'm just going, wow. Let me break out some pledge.
If everybody around you agreed with everything you said, you'd never be challenged. Your perception would never be challenged.
Yeah.
You'd never question anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And
what would that be?
Yeah, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
It was boring as hell.
Yeah, life would be boring. Your life would be boring. There'd be no challenges. You got to have them, you know.
Oh, she challenges me.
Good.
You know what? I'm going to bring that to the point, and this is, people are going to think, what the hell? It's actually positive, but I took it negative for the longest time. Again, before the change, was the first time we did an event together. It was at Williamsport, Pennsylvania, at the Pajama Factory, and I was up doing my lecture, and out of nowhere, she starts asking me questions. I'm like, what the hell? And it kind of fit, but didn't fit. But I was like, why are you doing this? You're challenging me on stage, blah, blah, blah. But to come to the point was, it's really good because nobody was asking the questions she was asking.
Right.
So what I took offense to came out to be something really strong and positive, and made us stronger because it made us communicate.
Right. That's awesome. Get him, Kat. That's really cool. We've got about a little over 2 minutes left. Boy, time flies when you're trying to talk.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, I'm looking at my...
That's why we went to 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours, and then next thing you know, I'm like, well, maybe we should go in an hour. Not going to work. I talk too damn much.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get on at like 7 o'clock because I'm still doing things up until I have the show. You know, so 8 o'clock is good, you know, but yeah, I look at the clock and I'm going, gosh, the time has flown by because we're like down to just under 2 minutes, you know, and it's just like, where did my time go? Yep. It's gone.
And the next thing, though, you'll hear the little lady go, 90 seconds until the end of the show.
Yes. But see, but with me, the one good thing at least is that Ryan is right in behind me. The freaking awesome show is starting at 9 o'clock. So that's the one good thing. We're back to we're back to back.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, but I always appreciate y'all coming on the show, and you know, I think this is the second time that y'all have been on Vibe Time with Geri.
Yeah, we always enjoy coming out.
Yeah. I appreciate you having us on. Absolutely.
Yeah, I get to run my mouth a little bit and not be the host.
Yeah, I know. And see, I'm going to be on Crossroads Thursday at 9 o'clock, so I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be on another show, and I'm not going to have to host anything. I'm just going to be the little co-pilot person.
Oh, are you co-hosting with them on Thursday?
Yep, I am.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, networks working together.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. There's unity.
Yep, that's going to be fun.
In the house.
Yep, that's going to be a lot of fun. I like Crossroads. That'll be my second time being on Crossroads, but I like that show too. I can't always get on to hear it because sometimes I'm tired and I fall asleep. But, you know, I do try to watch different people's podcasts that they put out. I just may not be able to watch it live at the time they do it.
Right.
I try.
Exactly.
But we're gonna get kicked off. Howie, John Stevens said Howie and Kat are great people.
We love you, John.
Yeah.
He came out and hung out with us at the cabin a couple. We appreciate it as company.
Absolutely.
John Stevens rocks. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all coming on. I don't want to cut into Ryan's airtime, but it's always a pleasure having y'all on.
And thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, and sorry our time just flew by like nothing.
We got plenty of time in the future. No
yes, we do. Alrighty, well y'all have a great night and thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your week, Geri.
Yes, thank you. Bye. I think Howie, I hung up on you too soon. I'm sorry. There we go. Now we got Ryan on the air. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Howie. Thanks, Fat Cat, for coming on. It's getting a little late. Anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in to Vibe Time with Geri. Next week, I have Gwen Clapper coming on. Now, Gwen Clapper is really, really, really good friends with Vanessa Hogel. And she's an author as well. But next week, move my little position here. Next week is going to be a twist. Because we're not going to be talking about paranormal. You're welcome. We're not going to be talking about paranormal. We're not going to be talking about spirituality. We are going to be talking about stranger danger. Because as I don't know if a lot of people don't know what happened to my son when he went out one day. He was approached by a stranger, and that person said and did some things that he shouldn't have done. Thank God that my son was able to come home and tell me everything that happened. And so Gwen and I have a lot of things in common. And her and I we were talking one day and we were like, why don't we do a show? Because, parents try to teach their kids stranger danger. Schools try to teach, kids stranger danger, but sometimes they're teaching them the wrong type of, no, I'm not going to say wrong type of stranger danger, but it doesn't go into detail. And her and I had some really, really good ideas that maybe parents out there don't have. Because it can happen to anybody, not necessarily just a kid. It could happen to a full-blown adult. You see adults come up missing all the time. So, that is one thing that we're going to be talking about next Tuesday with Vibe Time. So it's not going to be a paranormal show. It's not going to be a show about spirituality. It's going to be a show about stranger danger and, some different ideas that she or I might have to keep your kids safe, because there are some nutty damn people out there today, and there are some ballsy people out there. And, even for adults, be aware of your surroundings all the time. So that is what we're going to be talking about next week. And then, of course, the following week is my favorite with John Stevens. Third Tuesday of every month. So anyway, I hope that y'all tune in next week for our Stranger Danger show. And thank you for everybody that tuned in tonight. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed the conversation. Howie's show is on Sundays. He puts it out a lot. I try to share people's stuff too. There's just so many different podcasts out there. It's hard for me to share it on my Vibe Time page, but I really, really do try. If I see it pop up, I just, try to share it over there. So anyway, I hope that y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, John. I appreciate it. Ashley, thank you for tuning in every week. I appreciate that. And Christy, thank you for, coming on this evening and seeing what Vibe Time is about. So I hope that y'all have a great night. And again, thank you very much. Night.